Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. In this episode we are working on a brand new car. Me Chubarashka. That's right, I like to name my vehicles. I just got done working with the crocodile. And this one is called Chubarashka. If you know what I'm talking about, I mean, if you're from my culture, you would, but let's roll a clip and get my copyright claim because it will make a little bit more sense.
Гена, я с тобой поеду.
Спасибо, Чебурашка.
And that's how I name my cars. So this is our lovely Chubarashka. It kind of looks like it, you know. Maybe, I don't know. No offense to the owners, but it's Chubarashka at heart. From the day I saw it. But anyway, enough of naming the cars, nicknaming, whatever not. We are back. I did not film anything on the GTL because of issues, which I will have a whole different video on. But anyway, so today we're working on this car. This is a 1968, I believe, not quite sure, Fiat 500. Let's check the sticker, and the sticker's gone. Man, this is a lovely lock. Alright guys, so today we're working on this Fiat. It is a beautiful classic. If we step back all the way over here, it looks like a masterpiece. But once we get closer and closer and closer and take my glasses off, it looks still good. But once, if you're not blind, you'll probably see all this lovely joy. So this car has been restored back in 2000 something per the previous owners. They did wonderful work, and then that's where I come in and finish their wonderful work and call it my work. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This car was painted back whenever. And let's take a look at this wonderful ceiling. The roof. As you can see, all the paint is chipping off. I pressure wash this thing because it makes my job so much easier, because it strips paint off nicely if it's supposed to strip. So anyway, the car has issues. It's full of character. This thing is just a character build. We have Bondo chipping over here. If you look closely, you can see all these scratches in the paint, and it's throughout the whole car. And that's from either the primer wasn't sanded properly, or the Bondo, or they just never sanded it properly. A lot of times why you get this is when the car is sanded, and they'll use, like, for example, when I sand primer, I sand 220. The Bondo, I sand 220 all the way up to 220, and then I put primer on. Then I sand the primer 320 and then 600, and then I lay my paint on. With stuff like this, if you sand it 320, or the primer wasn't sanded properly, or the Bondo, over time the paint will settle in, and then you'll see all these scratches. And it looks pretty bad. Anyway, moving on. So minus that, we have issues like this. I took a screwdriver to it, and there's a bunch of Bondo here. Sounds like wood. And then stuff like over here, we got Bondo. It's chipping. I screwdrivered it. And then if you look around the car, you have dents, you got stuff like here, paint chipping, and then The door has dents and dents here, and just kind of like everywhere if you look around. Dent here. And so this car is full of character, and the idea is to get it back on the road and enjoy it from up close and from far, because this thing is a fun thing to drive, especially when there's no brakes. But anyway, we're gonna look inside. All right, so I'm 6 feet almost, 7.5. I mean, I'm 6 feet high, and this thing is a perfect fit for a 4-footer or a 6. I mean, it's definitely spacious. Let's check if it works. Oh, it doesn't work. So we are painting the interior, and this interior is going to be a joy to paint because it's all metal. The dash is metal, all these doors are, all the metal is exposed. Ta-da! We got some dirty ceiling. So the idea today for this episode is to strip this whole thing, kind of how they do in the chop shop, but we will eventually put it back together. So by stripping, I mean we're gonna tear this thing apart. We're not gonna have anything that is not supposed to get painted. So we gotta remove all of the interior, maybe tape off the steering wheel, or maybe take it out. Remove everything off the dash, kick out the windows, the front, the sides, gently remove this one, kick out the back window, take out the taillights, bumpers, wheels, everything. I got this thing on my awesome snap-on lift that barely fit on it because it's so small. And yeah, so that's the plan. Today we're gonna strip it, and then we're gonna dive into it and tear it apart, and hopefully at the end we're just gonna have a very confusing piece of art. So I'm gonna get my tripod and let's get this done. All right, so I got my box of tools because I'm not working out of my shop for many reasons, but I also got a box of storage bags for big stuff and little stuff, and some high chews to keep me sugar-fied late into the night. The idea is to take everything out. Everything's gonna get labeled and marked and bagged separately. That way we're not having a big box of stuff, and I can come in and put it all back together in one piece peacefully, not like the GTO. The GTO is a nightmare because I never stripped it, and trying to figure out where things go is exciting. So anyway, back to it. Let's time lapse this thing and get it stripped.
Медленно минуты уплывают вдаль, встречи с ними ты уже не жди. И хотя нам прошлого немного жаль, лучшее, конечно, впереди. Скатертью, скатертью дальний путь стелится и упирается прямо в небосклон. Каждому, каждому в лучшее верится. Катится, катится голубой вагон. Может, мы обидели кого-то зря. Календарь закроет этот лист. К новым приключениям спешим, друзья. Эй, прибавь-ка ходу, машинист. Скатертью, скатертью дальний путь стелится и упирается прямо в небосклон. каждому в лучшее верится. Катится, катится голубой вагон бежит, качает.
Alright guys, check it out. Got most of the exterior stripped, all the windows out, the doors off, the trunk, back thing. The sunroof, everything came off. And with that, you can start seeing all the damage. So if you walk over here, all this is all beat up, dented, right here, here, all this. The worst out of it so far is this whole front. Got this big dent right here, like they hit something and it caved in. Bunch of dents here, here, probably where the bumper hit. So there's a bunch of damage. But moving on, the idea is to strip this whole thing. And we're almost there. We just gotta remove the seats and all this carpet stuff and strip the whole interior.
Катится, катится голубой вагон бежит, качается. Скорый поезд набирает ход. Но зачем же этот день кончается? Пусть бы он тянулся целый год. Скатертью, скатертью дальний путь стелится и упирается прямо в небосклон. Каждому в лучшее верится. Катится, катится голубой вагон. Каждому в лучшее верится. Катится, катится голубой вагон.
Alright guys, so I got the whole interior stripped, the carpets, most of the stuff off the dash. I gotta get a different key to unscrew that black piece because I can't get in there. Got the gas tank out, a lot of this wiring, all the water stuff, windshield wipers. Pretty much the whole car is stripped. There's a few things here and there. Still trying to decide what to do with the steering wheel. There's a lot of wires and I don't want to unhook it, but if I have to I will. But other than that, most of it is pretty much stripped. All the stuff up top, in the back seats, all gone. I'm gonna have to pull this off. Oops. There you go. Alright, so then the whole car's pretty much stripped. Got all the stuff over here, got every bag labeled. It's gonna make my life so much easier to put it all back together. All the seats. I still gotta take apart the doors. I'm gonna save it for later. I'm a little tired. There's all the windshields, carpets. Pretty much all of it's done. It looks like a funny little thing. Funny shell. Look at this thing. So yeah, that's a wrap for this episode. Next episode we're gonna dig more into it and start fixing it up. And hopefully it goes well. Alright guys, that is it for this episode. I am done stripping it for the most part. If I need to, I will do more later. But we got most of the stuff off. This thing's just a bare shell. Nothing really on it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. If you liked it, let me know down below. And make sure you subscribe, because this one we're actually gonna film the whole thing, not like the GTO. So have a great day, and I will see you guys later.